If you want to unleash your inner goddess every day with a simple makeup routine and beginner friendly yet very powerful, and it's going to keep you fabulous all day, keep watching. Beautifuls, welcome back to my channel. As you can tell by the title and that beautiful thumbnail, we are doing a everyday makeup tutorial, y'all. The long awaited video is here. I hope that you guys learn new tips and tricks, or you guys learn about new products that you never knew about and you go and get them and try them yourself. I'm super excited to be showing you guys this video. If you are new to my channel, welcome. My name is Sarah. I hope that you enjoyed this video and that you subscribe and join the family. Let's go ahead and get into the video. Alrighty, so let's start. The first thing that I'm using here is my MAC Prep and Prime. I use this before I put my actual primer on. This is just like a really good base for my skin, for my makeup, to achieve that flawless look. Just gonna put that all over my face. Okay, so next I'm going to go in with the e.l.f. Power Grip Primer. So I do put here on my cheek. I'll put some here, both sides of my cheek, forehead, and then my chin area. And then I'll just take a little brush like this. I'm not sure if you can see that. A brush like this, it's kind of dirty, excuse that, and just make sure that I brush that into my skin. So it's a perfect prime. Do that there. All right, so now that we are all prepped and primed, and y'all, I love this e.l.f. Power Grip Primer. Like, it has my makeup sticking to my face. Like, that's what you want. Like, after you apply your primer, you want your skin to feel like a little bounce. Like, the makeup is going to last all day and it's going to like soak in every product that you use. We're gonna go ahead and start with the eyebrows. I like to do my eyebrows first personally. Full disclosure, this is the way that I do my makeup. I just feel like there's no right or wrong way to apply makeup, because makeup really is just art. But however you want to apply it, that's totally on you. Your face is just like a canvas, right? Like you're doing a painting. And so it's really up to you. It's your face, it's your look. So yeah, boo, do you. Okay, so y'all, believe it or not, I don't really use all that like high-end stuff for my brows. I literally use a $1.99 pencil from the hair store, NK Makeup, and it's in the shade like black brown. So I just use this for my brows. So I'm just going to fill in my brows. So I'm going to basically follow the line of my brow. Not doing too much, but just coloring them in. Oh, wait, y'all, I skipped a step. I'm so sorry. So what you want to do first, you want to get a little spoolie like this. You're gonna brush your eyebrows up. And then to outline my eyebrows, I'm going to be using the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer Satin Finish. And this is in the shade Deep Cinnamon. This is what I'm using. I'm gonna get me a brush like this, and I'm gonna also put the details, the brush details, in the description box as well. You want to use a very flat brush like this when you are outlining your concealer on your eyebrows. And all you're doing now is you're outlining your brow. You're gonna follow along your natural brow line and just like that. Follow along that line. There we go, just like that. Okay, and then we're just gonna bring that product down. Bring it down. Alrighty, and then I'm going to take a blending type brush, the Luxe Crease brush. So I'm just gonna use this to blend out my brow concealer. Just gonna blend that out. Just like so. I'm just gonna blend that out like that. Okay, so see. Alright, so I'm gonna do the other side off camera and I'll be right back. Okay guys, so we have both eyebrows. Both are concealed now. So the thing about eyebrows is that you don't want them to be twins but sisters, right? So you could tell we're related, like we got the same parents, but we're not twins. So we may look the same, but we're not gonna be exactly alike, right? So now what we're gonna do now, I don't like my brows this thick. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my foundation, which is on my complexion. You want to get a foundation that, you know, whatever complexion or foundation that you have, you want to use that to outline the top of your brow. So I'm going to take this matte and poreless foundation by Maybelline in the shade 365 Nutmeg, and I'm going to use this to outline the top of my brow, and that's going to help shape and sculpt the brow. Now you just want to outline the top of your brow like so, just like that. And you want to bring that product up, and then we're going to get that blending brush again, and we're just going to blend that out like so. I also use a beauty blender here to blend as well. Beauty blenders are basically used to absorb any extra product because you don't want too much product on your face. So the beauty blender is going to absorb any extra product that you have. So you see that it literally like absorbed and removed that foundation up there, and it really blended that out. So I'm going to go ahead and do the other brow here with my foundation, and I am just going to follow the top brow here and just outline it with my foundation like so. Okay guys, so now that our eyebrows are now done, we are going to go ahead and start with our foundations. I'm using the same foundation that I use for my eyebrows. So I'm going to use this Expert face brush. It's a Real Techniques brush. They're a 200 brush. That's what I'm using. And I don't like to wear too much foundation, so I'll literally just put one swipe here like that, another swipe right here, and then I'll just kind of like buff that in a little bit. But it is very important to get the right foundation color for your skin. You want to try to get as close as possible as you can, and you don't want to do too many like wipe-in motions. You want to like pat, like blot the product into your skin. I'm gonna use a little bit more for my forehead here. Ooh. See, I put too much product, but that's okay because we're gonna use our beauty blender. Like I was telling you how the beauty blender works, to use it to absorb the extra product that you have that's on your skin. So we're gonna go in with our beauty blender here, and we're just going to blend all of that out. You want to make sure that you have a good smooth foundation. So you want to make sure that your foundation is 100% blended out. Okay, Make sure that's blended. Bring it down to your neck a little bit so that way it can blend in here. Okay, so then that's it. You have your foundation. So now I'm going to go in with the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer, the one that we used earlier. I'm going to go back in with that. And I'm going to apply this concealer right here, just a little into my inner corner of my eye. Just like that. And then another part right here on the outer corner of my eye. Okay. And so for concealer, you just want to make sure that it is at least 2 shades lighter than you. That's the only thing with concealer. You want to make sure that it is at least 2 shades lighter. And then on the outer corner. I'm going to put a little here under my nose, and then my chin, and then also on my forehead right here. Just a little. And then I'm going to bring that down to the bridge of my nose. Just going to make a line here. And so yeah, you want to let your concealer sit. You want to just let it dry a little bit. You don't want to go immediately into blending it out, because you want your product to stay exactly where you're placing it. It's where the natural light hits your face, that's where you apply the concealer. Now for my everyday soft glam look, I usually don't go for like a really bright under eye. But if you do want to go for a brighter under eye, you're going to go for a lighter concealer, which is lighter than the one that you used the first time. So I usually, if I do go brighter, I'll use this Fit Me concealer in the shade 50 in Café, but I'm not going to use that simply because this is just an everyday soft glam makeup that I do. So now it is time to contour. I am going to be using this foundation stick by Black Radiance. And now with your contour, you want to make sure that at least 2 shades darker than you. So this is the shade that I'm going to be using. It's going to be in the shade Chocolate. So I'm just going to place a line here, right below your cheek. And then we're going to put some lines up here on the forehead. And then I'm also going to go in here on my nose, really lightly. Just like that. And yeah, that's it. That's perfect. Okay, so now what we want to do is we want to go ahead and start blending out our concealer. So the brush that I'll be using is another Real Techniques brush, 402 brush. Is it a setting brush? So you want to do your under eye blending last. So we're going to work and blend out everything else besides our under eye. So you're going to start out, I always start out with my forehead. And I am just doing light tap motions. And what you want to do is you want to blend out the edges. Because again, you want your concealer to stay where it's at. So you don't want to take away too much product. So you want to just lightly tap it. You don't want it to go away completely. So just lightly blend in your forehead concealer here. Lightly tap that in. Lightly. So you see how I've blended it in, but you can still see the product right here on my forehead. So that's exactly how you want your concealer to look. You don't want to remove your concealer completely. You just want to blend it in and make sure that it stays in place, again, where the natural sunlight is going to hit, right? So yeah, y'all, let's talk more about makeup. You know, makeup is more than just to be beautiful, and it gives women, like, you know, this empowerment, like this feeling of just like, you know, I can look like this, but then I can also look like this. Like, I can give you many looks. And so to me, makeup is just art. Like, your face is the canvas and makeup is just the paint. And so you can actually, you know, express yourself through makeup and with many looks. But you know, this is just one of the looks that I do. Well, this is really my everyday, anytime I wear makeup, this is exactly what I do. I'm a real natural, a glam girl. I don't really like too many bright colors or anything on my eyes, so yeah. All right, so now we're gonna go ahead and start blending here under my nose here, above my cupid's bow. I'm gonna just lightly blend in here. A step that I would recommend too before you do start blending in is to spray your face with any type of setting spray. So I'm going to be using the Morphe Jumbo Continuous Setting Spray, and this setting spray basically is going to help with the blending. It got in my mouth, but it's going to help with the blending. It's going to kind of loosen that up a little bit. If it has, you know, dried and it's not blending, the setting spray is going to soften up the concealer to help you blend it out better. So I'm going to go ahead and start with my outer corner with blending it in. I'm just lightly blending that in and bringing it up. So then we're going to go ahead and blend out the concealer right under our eye. So we're just going to blend that out. I'm gonna lightly again blend it out. I'm gonna do the same thing over here. I'm going to blend out my outer corner. And then the inner corner. Okay, and so to blend out my contour, I'm going to be using a brush that looks like this, a flat top brush, and this is also going to be in the description box. I think this was a Amazon brush that I got, like an Amazon brush kit, and like I said, I'll put that in the description box. What is that on my shirt? I'll put the link to the brush in the description box. Now we're just blending out our contour, also making sure that we don't have any harsh lines with our forehead concealer. So you want to go ahead and y'all, you know you gotta do these faces when you're trying to get in there. And so with your contour, you want to blend up. You don't want to wipe. Again, you just want to blend up into your concealer. So blend the product up into your concealer. Just blend it up. Okay, so the next step, now that we've blended out our concealer, is to set our concealer into place. So now for a flawless under eye concealer, you want to go in with a pressed powder first, and the pressed powder that I'm using is the Maybelline New York matte+porless in the shade 360 Mocha. So I'm going to use another Real Techniques brush, 402 setting brush. I'm going to use this, and I'm just going to set everywhere that I place my concealer. I'm going to set it with this pressed powder. We did apply concealer up here, we can apply concealer here, and then we also apply concealer here. You want to put a pressed powder before you use a loose powder, and our loose powder is like, you know, our Laura Mercier, what we're going to use later to set our concealer in place. So I'm going to go ahead and blend out my nose contour. Just blend that into my nose. Bring this up. You want to bring it into your eyebrow, like at the corner here of your eyebrow. You want to just blend that all out. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and put our powder for our contour as well. I'm going to be using the Juviasplace their bronze palette in the shade Deep Dark, and I'm going to be using this color right here. As y'all can see, it's almost gone. Like, well, not almost gone, but it's been used. Like, that's my favorite bronzer. Like, y'all, I love this bronzer. This does something for this chocolate skin. So I'm going to go in with my brush here. This is a elf brush. It is a bronzing brush that I'm going to use. It looks like this, and I'm just going to take my product here, dust some of that product off and just bronze everywhere that I put my contour. I'm just going to bronze that and place powder everywhere where I put the cream contour. You want to put a powder, which is my bronzer that I'm using here. And for my nose, I'm going to go in with the brush like this and contour my nose. And I do use bronzer for this to place on my nose as well. I'm also going to put a little bit of bronzer on my actual eyelid. I'm not a big fan of eyeshadow, so I like really neutral, like earth tone colors like brown. So I'll just use bronzer here. Now you can use an eyeshadow if you would like, but I just personally prefer to use a bronzer. I think it's really nice, and then it's also it's just a good shade. Okay, perfect. So once we have our bronzer on, I'm gonna go ahead and set under my eyes. I'm gonna be using Laura Mercier translucent loose setting powder in the shade Translucent Honey. I'm gonna be using this Translucent Honey. This is the Laura Mercier powder. And I'm not a real big like bakey girl. I'm just gonna kind of like set using my triangle brush here. And so what you want to do is you want to press down where you put your highlight, or where you put your contour at. Okay. And so what I do is once I place it here on my face, I go in with my Real Techniques brush and I'll like wipe off that excess powder. Okay guys, so I did finish wiping away all the white off of camera. I looked like a ghost. Scary. But so now what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna like bring some color back into my face because I feel like I look very white right now. So I'm gonna go back in with my bronzer and just bronze up my face. To use this brush this time. So I'm just gonna bring some color back into my face. You see that? It gave like, you know, that chocolate complexion back because I was looking like Casper the Ghost. So I'm just gonna bring that color back into my skin. Just like that. I'm just gonna bring that color back into my skin here. Okay. And so now what I'm gonna do, I'm going to add a blush. The blush is just gonna add a little bit of pop of color. And I'm sorry you guys, the blush that I'm using is from NYX. It's Sweet Cheeks, and this is going to be the shade Summer Breeze. I feel like this color looks so pretty on like dark skin, brown skin. It's so pretty. Our fake smile, we're gonna put see how it looks like rosy, so cute. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna get a darker powder, which is Ben Nye Luxury Powder, and it's in the shade Topaz. And I'm gonna use that to set under my blush and my bronzer. So we can have like a clean line under that. And I'm using a darker powder because I need it to match my complexion more here. So I'm also gonna go back in with the Laura Mercier powder and set like my nose area, which is right here. Now this is just going to help you get like that really sharp nose contour. Now this is like the only time that I bake. So I do bake here, and then I do bake under my bronzer and under my blush. So you're just gonna let that sit there for a little bit while you finish some other things. We're just gonna let it sit, and you just want it like right by your nose. So I'm just gonna blend this out where I don't really need that powder at. So just like here where your nose is, you just want to keep it there. I'm gonna put on lashes today, okay? Because lashes just makes a look. I love me a good lash, y'all. So can y'all believe I got these lashes off of TikTok shop? Run to get these lashes, okay? I will put the link in the description box, y'all. These are so pretty, especially if you have almond eyes like me. To enhance the shape of your eyes, these eyelashes are perfect. I think they're like a cat eye or something like that, but yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and get my tweezers. If I can find them. Where are my tweezers? Got my tweezers. So I'm gonna go ahead, get the lash. And y'all, I just used a glue from the hair store to achieve this look. So you can use really any eyelash glue with the glue. But y'all, I got this super stronghold eyelash adhesive black glue by I Envy, and again, this is from the hair store, or you can get it from your local drugstore as well. Very affordable. I just hold my lash here just like this with my tweezers, and then I'm going to apply the glue to the strip. Now, putting on lashes does take a lot of like, you really have to have a sturdy hand, and it does take a lot of practice, y'all. It took me a while to learn how to apply my lashes, so if you don't get it the first time, just keep trying. One thing that I will say, you want to make sure that the glue is absolutely dry. If you need to blow it before you apply it to your eye, and that will help to apply it easier if it's dry fully, okay? For this, you want to look down. There's a mirror here in my bronzer palette, and then you're just going to place it right above your lash line, your natural lash line. And guys, like I stated, it does take a lot of practice to do this, y'all. I still be struggling, like, okay, come on. I still be struggling with putting lashes on, and I've been doing this for a minute, so it may take you more than one time to do it, but you'll get it. And what I do is I just want to squeeze like the lash with my real lash, so that way it can blend in better, and that way it can stick better as well. So there we go, we have our lash on. Look at the difference a lash makes, y'all. Like, you be going from cute to baddie like real quick just off of the strength of a lash. Like, the difference that it makes. Like, y'all, look, this side and then this side, two different people, two different girls. Like, this is like, oh yeah, I'm cute, but this one is like, yeah, sis, like I love me a good lash, y'all. I really do. Comment down below your favorite lashes. I really love lashes. So I'm gonna go ahead and put on the other eye. Okay guys, so we have our lashes on. So lastly, what we're gonna do to get rid of the powder that we have setting here, we're gonna be using this Sephora Microsmooth. Like, y'all, when I say y'all, this is my favorite product ever, you guys will see why. But this is the Microsmooth powder by Sephora. This powder is basically gonna bring me back some color and help us dust away the white powder that we have here. Like, do y'all see that? Do y'all see how it just like went away? Like, it's just, I love this powder. Like, this powder is my favorite. I'm gonna use a smaller brush to do this, but do y'all see that? Do y'all see what this just did? Like, what? Everything is just so blended perfectly, like nicely. It just makes your whole, it makes all of your work come together. Like, y'all, go run and get this product, okay? Details will be in the description box, so don't worry. But yeah, y'all, this is my favorite product ever. And this is what I use at the end. So now we are done with our face, y'all. So I'm gonna go ahead and spray. I'm going to be using my Morphe setting spray, continuous setting spray. I love having a setting spray because the setting spray just make everything come together. Like, look at this face. Okay, so now we're gonna do the lips. Now, y'all, tell me that you love a good lip. I love a good lip liner, a good lip. You know, based off of their lip color, like if you got red lips, that makes you feel like very bold, very, you know. I don't really do red lips that much. I try to keep it neutral. What I'm gonna do to outline my lips, I'm gonna be using the MAC lip liner in the shade Chestnut. So what I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna use my mirror to really get in. And so all you're doing is outlining your lip line, okay? You just wanna follow your natural lip line. Now some people overline to make it appear like they have a bigger lip, which is fine. That's really on you. I do like to overline sometimes, but I try to keep it natural. Don't mind that, I'm messing up here. But I do that to kind of like blend it together. So yeah, just like this. Got an outline. And I'm overlining just a little bit, but our lip gloss is gonna clean that up, or it's gonna make it look better. Okay. That's all I'm gonna do for my lip liner. And then for my lip gloss, I'm using the Ruby Kisses Butter Bomb Gloss in the shade 23 White Lie. And so I'm just going to place this here. And then also here at the top. And you're just gonna, you don't wanna rub your lips together because that's not gonna give you the look, okay? So what you wanna do is just blot your lips together. And then after, what I like to do to put some gloss, I like to put the Fenty Beauty lip gloss. And you can use any lip gloss, a clear lip gloss works too, but I just use this one and to bring that out. Look at that. Look at that lip, child. Okay, okay. Do y'all see the lip? It's giving or not? Like, y'all, it's giving. Okay, so lastly, I'm gonna put on my highlighter. So I do have this highlighter. It's by Cosmetics. It's in the shade Champagne Pop. And then I'm gonna also be using my highlighter brush here. This is a brush from Morphe. It's the M510 brush. There we go. And I'm just going to place this on my cheeks here. A little bit here on my cheeks. On my cheeks here. Right here at the tip of my nose. I love putting it right here. And then I put a little here. Right there in the bridge of my nose. And then right here in my cupid's bow. Right here. And then I will also put some right here under my eyebrow to give that like natural glow where the natural sun hits. You see that? Y'all, do y'all see that? Honey, let's get into this face, okay? Alrighty, you guys, so that concludes this tutorial. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you learned anything or if you're gonna try any of the products that I use. Again, all of the product details and all the tools that I use will be in the description box below. And I also just want to encourage you guys to continue to work on your inner beauty and your out. If you have watched to the end of the video, I hope that you like, comment, and subscribe, and also turn on your bell notifications so that way you don't miss any more beauty content from me. Stay tuned for next week's video. Thank you guys so much for your continuous support as I am embarking this new YouTube journey. I really appreciate you guys so much. I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching, my beautifuls, and I hope to see you guys in the next video. Bye.